This is the Kodak Zi8. It is a mini palm quarter that records to SDHC and is supposedly capable of 1080p video. I've been playing with this for the past couple of days and thought I'd do a quick review on it. This has some neat features compared to other little palm cameras that are out. Notably that it shoots 1080p video and it has a 720p 60 frames per second mode. I've used both. The 1080p mode is kind of a crop mode of the sensor, which is odd. It's not that much higher in resolution than the 720p mode. Maybe it's interpolated up. I'm not entirely sure. It has a little bit more jello. But it provides a reasonable picture for the price. And I think you can get these anywhere between $150 and $180. One of the really neat features about this is that it has a microphone input. Now this microphone input can accept a microphone, like if you have a mic off of a lav, and I have a Sennheiser wireless kit, and you can plug that directly into here. And the audio quality is actually really good. Compared to the video quality, the audio quality through the microphone jack is actually better. It also has an AV out and a mini HDMI port, so you can plug it into a TV for monitoring. It charges with a regular wall charger. I guess you could get a car charger, and it has a built-in USB port, as well as you can remove and add SDHC cards to record on. What I really like about this is that this is a great kind of disposable camera. So if you're filming something and you don't want to risk a really good camera on a shot, or want to put a camera in a spot that another camera won't fit, like say you're shooting inside of a car, you want an angle from where the speedometer might be, you could put this camera there and gaff tape it down, not worry about it, put it in the 720p 60 frame per second mode. You don't have to worry about turning the image stabilization on, and you can get either slow motion out of that or drop frame it down to 24p, and it'll look good. Some of the issues with it, for focusing, it has a switch on the top that allows macro focusing or far away distance focusing. The macro focus mode is generally too close to get a picture of your whole face, and the long distance mode, you have to be, I think it's around 4 feet away to actually get a sharp image with it. So it's not the best camera for vlogging, but it is a great camera for going outside with. The image is actually sharper than the video out of the D90, and the sensor size is actually the same size as the sensor in the Sony EX1. That's not nearly the same quality as an EX1, but it is really good for a camera in this price. It's not, some cell phones have pretty good cameras in them now, but this is a bit better than that. So what would I use this camera for? Well, it doesn't have any type of manual controls at all. It has basically just a turn it on, record, you get what you get. So with that in mind, using it for action sport shots, in angles that you can't get, or it doesn't really matter if you lose the camera. It can be shaken around. You're not going to lose any footage by it banging around, because it'll record to the SDHC card and be safe. You could use it externally on a car in different angles that you might not get that way, and use it in the 60 frame per second mode and get slow motion out of it. It doesn't have an auto exposure lock, so the brightness jumps up and down, which doesn't give really a professional image, but still the bits that you could get out of this, I could definitely see this being used in a film like Crank or Crank 2. I know they used a lot of small cameras. That came out before this particular camera came out, but I could definitely see them using this because the quality out of it is much better than a lot of these other throwaway cameras. This would also work really well as a hidden cam. Put it in a briefcase and with a wireless mic, and you could hide it away and actually get really cool footage with it that you wouldn't get with other cameras. It wouldn't really work well on, say, like a motorcycle, because of the vibration. It doesn't have any sort of optical stabilization. It has electrical stabilization, but that doesn't really work as well. So I wouldn't recommend it for a motorcycle. Inside of a car or the outside of a car with a car mount would probably work really well. But for the price, it's a really handy little camera to have around.